The basement always smells like wet concrete, even in August. I'm the one who turns off the library's third-floor lights now, ever since Janice retired. Her parting gift was a keychain flashlight. "For the west stairwell," she'd said, smiling like she'd let me in on a joke. The motion sensor started acting up last week. I flick the switch, walk away, and hear the bulbs hum back on behind me. Tonight, when the lights died, they stayed dead. My flashlight beam cut through the sudden dark, catching the dust on study carrels. Halfway down the west stairs, the air thickened, colder. My breath hung visible. The beam trembled as I aimed it at the landing below. Something sighed, not wind or pipes, but a release like air escaping a coffin. The sigh pooled around my ankles. My phone buzzed, its light shattering the dark. In the security mirror's reflection, a pale hand withdrew from my shoulder. The text read, "Janice called out sicker last month. Kept saying the cold got into her bones." Above me, a floorboard creaked, slow, deliberate, like someone shifting weight. The creak above split the silence like a splinter. One step up. The wood groaned, damp and splintered underfoot. Janice's laughter in the break room, nervous, her hands clutching chamomile tea. "You'll feel it too, sooner or later. It waits for you to get curious." The mirror flickered. A shape blurred at its edge, hunched, arms too long. I spun, light slashing empty stairs. Nothing. But the cold pressed against my back, solid as a palm. The phone buzzed. And buzzed. 3 texts now, stacked like curses. "Don't let it see you breathing. It follows the warm things." Janice didn't retire. The flashlight dimmed, guttering. Shadows pooled in my sockets, my throat, my ribs. I tried to swallow, to think. But the dark pressed in, patient, grinning, starving. And I realized too late I'd been holding my breath. The air crystallized in my lungs, sharp, brittle. I exhaled, and the mist hung suspended, glowing faint blue in the dying light. Shadows licked the edges of the steps below, pooling where the flashlight couldn't reach. "No! Not pooling!" The screen flashed. "Stop moving! It's mapping your bones!" My knuckles whitened around the phone. The cold had teeth now, gnawing up my thighs, needling my joints. Janice's voice. The security mirror quivered as I passed, warping my reflection into liquid, my face elongated, eyes sunken pits. Behind the glass, something rippled. A click of joints. Water stains bloomed on the ceiling, black and throbbing. Her office door's down there. But Janice never had an office. Did she? The walls pulsed inward, breathing, cobwebs grazing my neck like fingertips. The flashlight died. Darkness pooled in my mouth. Something brushed my earlobe. Not cold. Empty. A vacuous, sucking absence, leaching the heat from my thoughts. The screen's glow revealed my hand, veins blackened, blue. Text. We've always worked here, haven't we? The screen dims. My breath ghosts across it, blue fractals spreading like mold. The sound of my laugh sinks into the walls, absorbed by the damp paper peeling there, rows of floral patterns like blistered skin. The mirror holds a figure with shoulders too narrow and a hollow where eyes should be. Its jointless fingers curl against the reflection's edge as cold air rasps against my teeth. The corridor stretches endlessly with tarnished doorknobs that don't twist. A slice of fluorescent light bleeds beneath one threshold as memories of Janice surface. Tea-stained teeth and perfume like wilted lilacs. My black-veined hand presses against the warm, living doorknob as the thing in the mirror smudges closer. Behind me, a wet click of satisfaction reverberates through the cold air. The door groans inward, hinges wet and meaty. The computer monitor flickers, casting violet shadows. My reflection in its screen isn't mine. Sharp cheekbones, lips peeled back in a rigor smile. Look away. Look away. But the keyboard chitters, keys denting on their own. Behind me, moisture beads on the mirror figure's surface. It leans closer, its breath, not breath, but a vacuum, pulling at the damp strands of my hair. Janice's chair creaks, swiveling to reveal her blouse, stiff, yellowed collar nibbled by rot. Her hands rest on the armrests, fingers fused to the wood. When she turns her head, the bones crackle like kindling. The mirror thing's hand phases through my shoulder, cold siphoning into marrow. Our blackened veins pulse in unison now. She smiles. The ceiling splits open, peeling downward in cellulose flaps, and the walls begin to sing. The wall's song is a warped nursery rhyme. London Bridge crumbling note by note, Janice's desiccated mouth moving in sync. The monitor's glow sharpens. Letters form on the screen without hands to type them. Y-O-U-L-E-F-T-U, screw. Her fused fingers snap free from the chair with a sound like celery stalks breaking. "You promised," Janice rasps, her voice layered with a chorus of distorted whispers. The mirror thing's cold branches across my collarbone like frost on glass. The ceiling flaps quiver, hinged on cartilage. Beyond them, faces press against a membranous barrier. The air reeks of wet soil and antiseptic. My pulse thrums in veins that aren't mine anymore. The desk lamp flickers, dies. The monitor's letters drip. W-E-M-A-D-E-Y-O-U-S-O-F-T. Janice's hand grazes my wrist. Her skin flakes away, revealing black filaments merging with mine. The mirror thing's laughter is at dial tone. Somewhere distant a phone rings. My bones are whispers. The walls part. The floor softens underfoot. A tongue of wet carpet. Black filaments branch up my arms, whispering static. I try to claw them free, but my nails peel back, revealing hollow beds. Janice's breath blooms against my neck, sour milk and fallen leaves. The membrane above quivers. A fingertip breaches it, weeping clear fluid, then another. They don't feel like fingers. Too many joints. The monitor hums. New letters squirm. NOTHINGINYOUTHAT TWASNTPUTTHERH. My throat constricts. The phone's ringing sharpens, an ice pick in the temple. Janice coos, her jaw unhinging horizontally. The mirror thing's reflection flickers, a silhouette with my mother's perm, but the mouth keeps splitting. Hands. Their hands plunge through the ceiling membrane, translucent, ribbony, curling around the desk. The floor. My ankles. Janice leans closer. Her left eye dissolves, becoming a hole that hums. You let us in every time you pressed snooze, every time you swallowed a lie because it had candy-coating breast. The monitor dies. Darkness floods the room, thick and muculent. The hands tighten. I hear my own voice through the phone now, muffled. Begging. The filaments reach my jaw. Pulse slowing. Slowing. A wet click. Janice's voice inside my skull. Shh. We'll give you better words. .S.